love it when there's no power lines. So here's what's handy with the bucket truck. End weight reduction, or lift, any lift. You can just magic carpet your way out. So we have this end weight here. With snow or whatever, it could break off. I make a cut right there. Then I've still got a natural looking tree, and I've lost some end weight, some leverage against the overall limb. This is an ash tree. Back east they die. Over here on the west coast, the ash borer hasn't really done much to us. Woo! Distracted. Haters gonna hate, but some will say that that's too big of a cut. I say it's not, because the rule is that the lateral that you leave behind next adjacent to cut needs to be 1/3 the diameter of what you cut. So I mean that rule would be silly if you were talking about too large of stuff like yesterday, but that's 1/3 easily. This is 1/3 of this, plus you have two of them. So details, just if you're interested, some pruning guidelines. Bucket truck is really, really cool for this. I didn't show you a before picture of how it hung over the street, because I'm just trying to work, but I'll show you an after. The idea is it still looks natural, because we're pruning, we're cutting next to laterals, and we're not making giant cuts. This right here looks a little bulky and big out this way, so it needs to come back some. See, now from the side that looks less like a wild hair and more like a nice tidy curve. This one is kind of handy though for elevatoring up, so that you get your boom up, kind of up above everything, and then you can articulate with that joint above everything. I mean, I guess that's the whole intent of it, so it shouldn't be working over wires. See, like right now, I'm starting to crowd that. But if I elevate her up, like this, just going straight up, then I put the lower boom down some, so because I'm making a big A above the tree, I'm encroaching less on the tree with my boom. You can crouch a little like this. Now I can lean against it a little bit, but I don't want to go bashing and crashing through it. And the reason I'm working it this way instead of from that side is because my bucket is on this side. Hey, look at this, YouTube. I'm terrible at showing you before and afters, but that hung way over. Pay no mind to that little one on the roof. I did nothing with it. I'll go grab it real quick. Try doing that when you're climbing. Just magic carpet your way around and do some silly little thing like this. How's my lower boom? You gotta be careful when you're doing tree work and you get all focused on your tree that you don't smash whatever's behind you. Like I got the house there and I'm like looking this way and you can just kind of grab the controls and cowboy into a direction that causes damage. No! Lost the chain, but hey, backup. Milwaukee handsaw to the rescue. Milwaukee keeps a little bar wrench right on the bottom of the saw. That would be handy right now. Echo doesn't do that. I should have gave you guys a nice before, but who cares, right? I don't even know how long I'm going to do this. I think that there's another platform I might start using. I forget what it's called. What's it called, Max? Not Twitter, no. It's kind of like YouTube, only it's not as woke. No, not Patreon. But YouTube recently took one of my videos down. It was a video where I had the kids climbing and they were all harnessed up with ropes and stuff. And YouTube said it was a child endangerment thing. And I'm like, it's supervised climbing. Kids climb trees all the time without ropes, but mine are actually harnessed up using safety gear. And they disagreed and they took the video down, and it kind of makes me mad. Anyway, this tree is a nice round ball, but it's not hedged, you know, it's not just chopped up. It's all done according to industry standards. The YouTube AI police would probably say it was a hack job. So what do you think? If Dad puts his kids in a tree, teaches them how to use rope and harness, gears them up with hard hat, safety glasses, the whole bit, supervises the activity. I mean, when I was a kid, we were climbing trees, and they grew real thick together, the spruce trees up in Alaska. And we would climb clear to the top, me and my brother, and we would get them swinging, and we would get them on a one-way trip where they're bending down like this. And then before they broke, we would lean into another tree and grab it, and then it would start to bend, and we would go through the woods just like Tarzan folding these trees over. And eventually one of them broke, and I fell quite a ways and landed on my back and knocked the wind out of me and lived. But yeah, what a difference nowadays. There's not a lot of outside play, and then you get a family that, you know, I think the reason I do the safety stuff with my kids, the reason I supervise stuff, is because we as children did sort of have a lot of close calls. So I learned from that. And now in today's world, you can harness up the kids, supervise them, put safety gear on them, and then be accused of child endangerment by the Google platform. I mean, wow. That just rubs me wrong. And so I'm going to be looking for an alternative platform
and I know of one. I just can't remember the name of it right now. So I'll keep my YouTube channel, obviously, and until they invent laws to take it down, you know, silly laws. But in the meantime, I'll move my stuff over. So I don't know. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. I feel like I'm being reasonable. I feel like I'm talking with common sense. I'm gonna help the boy set up his ham radio antenna. We had one set up for him, but we should have took it down when the snow came, because the snow got on that wire and changed the diameter by quite a bit, and then the thing sagged. So I'm gonna set it up again, a little bit longer wire this time. He's not your typical teenager. What teenager nowadays is like going to ham radio meetings? Such an interesting kid. Such a cool person. I don't know what it is about being at home that makes me turn into a homeowner. I went all the way up in the bucket without my harness, thinking, I'm not at work. But it felt a little too insecure. So I decided to put it on. Because years ago I was in a bucket truck that the cables that keep it level broke and it dumped me out. And I had a harness on. So I learned, I guess, almost. He actually says it's not for transmitting, it's for listening to. It's called random wire or something like that. So I need a throw bag in order to. I did it with a bow and arrow before I got the bucket truck, but now with a throw bag and a bucket truck, I think I can get a primo spot. And I'm sure you know, as soon as you get the throw bag out, you open a bag of frustration. That was such a dialed shot. I mean, I'm 4 foot from the top of the tree. He says it's 166 feet to the house from that tree, according to Google Maps, but that might be right, but I kind of think it isn't. I kind of think it's further. You want to put the wire on?
Wire on? Okay.
Maybe I should come down there, because there's a way we should tie it on.
Okay.
If you just hook it to the throw ball, then I might get it stuck pulling it back up over the top.
Yeah.
You just wait here. Is it helpful if the antenna goes over the tree and down also? Does it work on its way back down, or just only through the air?
And work on its way back down too.
So the longer the antenna, the better, even if it's going on some weird over the river and through the woods.
The transatlantic telegraph, because they did some of it by radio, and their antenna was it was just like a line of wire. I think it's over a mile long, and they just run it like a couple feet off the ground on the coast, basically. Or near on the east. On the
Hey,
east
George
coast.
is here.
That's how they
I'm listening to you.
broadcast it.
Yeah, and it worked good enough, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, see what I did there?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go up there, and it's going to be your job to make sure that comes out clean. And you'll want to be about right here,
Okay.
making it, you know, go straight up and over, because I don't want to be fighting very much friction on the way.
Okay.
Well, it's going to be coming off that spool, and I'm
Yeah.
going to be pulling it. So you just want to
All right.
be like the policeman of the wire.
Wire police.
FAA,
FCC.
FCC, yeah.
Huh. Hello? Good? Yeah. Yeah, still a lot.
Maybe we don't have to use it all.
Yeah.
We can put this throw line on it. I mean,
Yeah.
think this will cut it? Just like the pros.
Yeah.
It's dull now. So I can't cut string no more. Tiny little bowline. So I think I'll take some of this. 11's my favorite number, so I'll go with that. And we'll just tie this on here. Okay. Start pulling it. Yeah, it's gonna be a perfect straight shot, just through empty sky. All right, I'm gonna come up there with you. Do you have a wire cutter? How much wire do we need in here?
Just enough to run into the radio, which is right there.
Okay, then let's have a wire cutter. That won't work. Those are strippers only. You gotta stay away from strippers. Don't want to drop it now. Cut it where you need to. Then hook it up and test it out, and we'll take a look. Let me look and make sure I didn't get stuck over a limb, under a limb, I mean. Pretty cool. And it's below all the helicopters and skydivers. Lunch of champions, boiled eggs, avocados, fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, sweet peppers, kimchi, and smoked salmon.
The station's in Bedford. Antenna A, which is the one I set up that goes just out there, like
The short one, yeah.
the short one, like 30 feet or 25. Yeah. You can
That's
see,
cool, you got them both hooked up.
yeah, and then this is antenna B.
I wondered if you'd have a comparison.
Yeah. So you can see or hear, I can't even listen to it. It's just barely you can see where there's just a tiny sort of mark of the waterfall there. And the one I have here with antenna B, this one is just like an antenna that's just a few inches long. This is my
So we're looking at 3 different antennas?
3 different antennas, yes.
Okay, so the first one showed hardly anything.
Yeah. And then this is my like 30-foot one. and we'll look at our new one.
So which one are we hearing?
Okay, right now I'm connected to the new one we just set up.
So now play it on the small antenna.
Yeah. So yeah, this is our big one, and then you see if you look at it on our real small one, there's nothing.
Oh.
Well, if you look at
That one's like 6 inches tall.
Yeah, that one's 6 inches tall. And if you look at my old one, which is like 30 feet, you can see how much smaller the spike is.
Yeah.
And it's still like
You can still kind of hear it.
You can
Turn it
kinda
on.
hear it.
Turn it on the long antenna.
But yeah, if you put it on the long antenna.
Turn it up. Yeah, I can hear that.
Yeah, now we're getting interference from two stations on the same frequency.
What does in the market mean to you? Is it a trusted source for news, your go-to place for relevant discussions on current events?
Let's see.
It's crazy how much stuff is just floating around out there.
Here's the really grueling part.
So this is one downside of this is in AM you have people broadcasting on the same frequency, and if you have real good antenna, you'll pick both of them up,
Yeah.
and you can't really listen to either of them. But
It's like that when you're talking to people and they both talk at the same time.
yeah,
The first half of those games.
when it will be really cool to look at this
Turn
night
it down
is,
if you talk.
The emotion.
when it will be really cool to look at is it during the nighttime. But yeah, you can see the difference.
So you might hear Japan.
Yeah, I mean, I was hearing China with just my other one, so. But yeah, hopefully we can see what we can get with it.
How do you know it was China?
Well, because they were talking in Chinese, and there's websites that you can look up and they'll tell you what stations are live and what frequencies right now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
How do you know they were talking in Chinese?
Well, I mean, I didn't. I was guessing. And it turns out it was Cantonese.
Oh, because you looked it up.
Yeah.
And what's Cantonese?
It's like a type of Chinese that's spoken in southern China, but they're not really mutually intelligible.
What does that mean?
It means that if someone speaking Cantonese can't understand someone speaking Mandarin, I think.
Oh,
Or something like that. I don't know if it's strictly true or not, but that's what I gathered.
I have trouble understanding some of the UK accents, and they're speaking English.
Yeah.
And that guy that came here from Germany,
Uh-huh.
he said there's Germans that can't understand each other
Yeah.
because of their regional differences.
Mm-hmm.
What's this thing?
So that is a world clock. So it shows obviously the normal hands. Seconds is our local time, and then you can use this like band around the outside that rotates to tell what the time is in any of these like cities around the world.
Huh.
So right now the time in GMT or UTC time, call it Zulu time, your pilot, is I can read this. It's 22 and it's like 22:37.
So 10:37.
Yeah, 10:37 p.m.
What's this thing?
That is a tube radio.
What's this thing?
That is a Apple IIgs.
Wow, man, your parents are pretty mean leaving you with this all this old stuff.
Yeah.
I'm using a new MacBook and you have this?
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have a MacBook also.
I do have a MacBook. It's
You have half a MacBook.
I have half a MacBook.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have what's left of one.
All right, well, we'll come back and look at this at night.
Yeah.